The next evening, Minhu asked Ryan to come to his office after work. Ryan knocked softly. Boss, you wanted to see me? Come in. He closed the office door behind her. His face was unusually serious. Ryan immediately became nervous. Did something happen? Minhu took a deep breath. There is something I have to tell you. What is it? And I know who the father of your baby is. Ryan's body froze. What? I did not know before, but yesterday I found out. Who is he? Minhu answered softly. Beyond Jungkook, the room became deathly quiet. Ryan stared at him in disbelief. No, that's impossible. Minhu nodded. I recognize the tattoo you described. The dragon and flame on his left forearm is exactly the same. Ryan's breathing became uneven. She remembered every moment Jungkook had protected her, every time he interfered between her and Minho, every strange look. Tears streamed down her face. Then her expression suddenly changed. Pain turned into anger. So he knew. Minho frowned. Ryan. He knew. He recognized me and still said nothing. He let me suffer alone for 2 months. I cried every night. I was terrified. And he watched everything happen. I hate him. At that exact moment, the office door slowly opened. Both of them turned around. Jungkook stood at the doorway. He had heard everything. He slowly walked inside. His voice was quiet. You have every right to hate me. Tell me one thing. Did you do it on purpose? Jungkook's face fell. What? Jungkook immediately shook his head. No. His voice cracked. No, Wyatt. I was drunk. I don't remember that night either. Wyatt stared at him. Jungkook continued. When I woke up, you were already gone. I spent months trying to find the woman from that night. I did not know it was you. When my investigator finally discovered your identity, I also learned that someone had planned everything. I stayed silent because I wanted to catch the person responsible first. I could not tell you the truth until I knew you would be safe. Took one slow step toward her. I never abandoned you. I was searching for you without knowing you were standing right in front of me. Maya's tears fell even faster. She did not know what to believe. The man she thought had ruined her life was standing before her with tears in his own eyes. Silence filled Minho's office. Maya stood there with tears in her eyes. Jungkook lowered his head, unable to meet her gaze. After a long moment, Minho finally broke the silence. Both of you listen to me. They turned toward him. The truth is finally out. What's done cannot be changed. You were both victims that night. Then he looked at Wyatt. But the reality is Wyatt is carrying your child. The room fell silent again. Minho continued. This would come out now. People would not care that you were both drugged. They will spread rumors. They will call Wyatt's name. They will question the baby's identity. They will destroy her reputation. Wyatt slowly lowered her head. She knew he was right. Society would blame her long before it blamed anyone else. Minhu took a deep breath. I have only one suggestion. Both of them look at him. You should get married. Wyatt's eyes widened. What? Jungkook looked equally surprised. Minhu spoke calmly. I am not forcing either of you. But think about the baby. A child deserves a family. Wyatt deserves protection from the rumors that will follow. Ryan's hands trembled. Marriage? She had never imagined getting married like this. He looked at Jungkook. He was not saying a word. After a few seconds, Jungkook finally spoke. If Ryan agrees, I will marry her. I will take responsibility for both her and our child. His voice was steady. I know I can't erase her pain, but I will spend the rest of my life making up for it. She could see the sincerity in his eyes. but her heart was still wounded. She closed her eyes for a moment. Then she gently placed a hand over her stomach. She was not thinking about herself anymore. She was thinking about her baby. No, she nodded. I will marry you, but this marriage is for my baby, not because I have forgiven you. Jungkook accepted her words without hesitation. I understand. I will wait. I will wait until the day you can truly trust me. After deciding to marry Jungkook, Ryan returned home and finally told her parents everything, the forgotten night, the blessing, the pain she had endured alone, and the truth that both she and Jungkook had been victims of someone's cruel plan. Her mother broke down in tears. Her father gently held her head. My daughter, none of this was your fault. Ryan cried. I'm sorry, I kept it from you. Her mother hugged her tightly. If marrying Jungkook is truly your choice, we will support you. She wiped Ryan's tears. Just promise us you will be happy. For the first time in months, Ryan smiled. I promise. 1 week later, the grand wedding of Jeon Jungkook and Kim Ryan became the biggest news in Korea. Business leaders, celebrities, reporters, everyone was invited. No one understood why the country's most eligible CEO was suddenly getting married to an ordinary employee. Whisper filled the wedding hall. Who is she? When did they start dating? I have never even heard of her. Jungkook stood at the altar waiting for his bride. Moments later, the doors opened. Ryan walked towards him in a beautiful white wedding dress. Jungkook could not take his eyes off her. When she finally reached him, he softly whispered, You look beautiful. Thank you, she whispered. The priest began the ceremony. Do you, Jeon Jungkook, take Kim Ryan as your wife? I do. He turned to Ryan. And do you take Jeon Jungkook as your husband? Ryan looked into his eyes, remembering everything they had been through. Then she smiled. I do. They exchanged rings. I now pronounce you husband and wife. The hall erupted in applause. Jungkook gently held Ryan's hand, and this time she did not pull away. After the ceremony, the host stepped onto the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. and Mrs. Jeon have an important announcement. Jungkook took the microphone and looked at Ryan. I know everyone is surprised by our sudden marriage. So today I want to tell you the truth. He gently placed his hand over Ryan's stomach. My wife is pregnant. The hall fell completely silent. She's pregnant. The Jeon family is going to have an heir. Jungkook pulled Ryan closer. My wife and my child are my family. I would not tolerate anyone disrespecting them. I hope you will bless us instead. Ryan looked at him with teary eyes. To the world, she was no longer a woman abandoned with a child. She was Mrs. Jeon, the beloved wife of Jungkook and the mother of his child. As they left hand in hand, neither noticed the black car parked across the street. Instead, Lee Jun watched them with a cold smile. So the happy ending has begun. His eyes darkened. Let's see how long it lasts. 3 months later, Ryan was now 5 months pregnant, and her baby bump was clearly visible. Since their wedding, Jungkook had kept every promise. He never forced Ryan to share a room with him. Every night he slept in the guest room. He prepared her breakfast, reminded her about her vitamins, and accompanied her to every doctor's appointment. Whenever she felt tired, He made sure she rested, even though they live under the same roof. Jungkook always respected her boundaries. One evening, Ryan came downstairs and found Jungkook in the kitchen, wearing an apron, struggling to cook while following a recipe. You can cook? Not really. I'm still learning, he admitted. I wanted to make something healthy for you and the baby. Ryan smiled. For us? Jungkook nodded. Our baby needs healthy food. For the first time, Ryan felt like he was not just taking responsibility, he was becoming a father. A few days later, at the hospital, the doctor smiled. Both mother and baby are healthy. Jungkook immediately relaxed. While leaving, he carefully held Ryan's hand. This time she did not pull away. Instead, she held it tighter. Thank you, she whispered. Jungkook smiled. It should be me thanking you. The next morning at Kang Corporation, Minhu noticed Jungkook smiling. Someone looks happy. I'm always like this. Minhu laughed. You smile every time Ryan calls. Just then Jungkook's phone rang. Minhu burst into laughing. You even save her as wife? Jungkook awkwardly answered. Ryan, is everything okay? I just wanted to ask, what would you like for dinner? Jungkook smiled. Anything you cook. Minhu shook his head. The cold CEO is completely gone. That evening, Ryan prepared dinner for the first time since their marriage. As they ate, Jungkook suddenly spoke. I don't expect you to forgive me. I just hope that one day you will be able to love me. Ryan quietly stood and walked toward him. Jungkook thought she was leaving. Instead, she wrapped her arms around him. I already do. Jungkook froze. Ryan smiled through tears. I fell in love with the man who cares for me, reads pregnancy books, talks to our baby, and never forced me to forgive him. She looked into his eyes. I stopped seeing you as the man from the terrible night. I started seeing you as my husband and the father of our baby. Jungkook's eyes filled with tears. I love you, Ryan. I will spend my life making you happy. Suddenly the baby kicked. Ryan laughed. Did you feel that? Jungkook placed his hand on her bump. The baby kicked again. His eyes widened. Our baby. For the first time, Jungkook smiled like the happiest man alive. 6 months had passed since that unforgettable night. Ryan was returning from her prenatal checkup with Jungkook's security team. She smiled while looking at her baby's ultrasound picture. Suddenly, a black van stopped in front of them. Several masked men jumped out and threw smoke bombs. Protect Mrs. Jeon. The guards shouted. Before the guards could react, Ryan was grabbed and dragged into the van. No, let me go. The van sped away. Ryan had been kidnapped. At Jeon Group's, Jungkook was in the middle of a board meeting when his phone rang. It was one of his bodyguards. His face turned pale. What? Ryan has been kidnapped? Jungkook immediately stood up. The entire meeting room fell silent. Just then another call came. A cold voice spoke. Hello, Mr. Jeon. Jungkook's eyes turned cold. Who are you? The man who has been controlling your life. If you want your wife alive, come alone. I will text you the address. Call ended. Without hesitation, Jungkook grabbed his car keys. Minhu stopped him. Jungkook, don't go alone. Jungkook shook his head. If I don't, he will hurt Ryan. Minwoo watched him leave. Then he picked up his own phone. Commissioner, I need the police at this location immediately.